Alrighty, so today's story time is an oldie, but a goldie. Now, I got some pretty gross stories from my past, as you'll soon come to hear, and this one is no exception, so just a heads up.
The year was 2011.
I don't really like to ask about a partner's relationship history, especially at the beginning because, and this probably has a lot to do with my own deep-rooted insecurities that I'm still coming to terms with, but I'm afraid of what I'm going to hear. I guess it comes down to one particular girl I had slept with when I was 18. I was just stoked that a girl took interest in me and she started heavy. Never met her, and seen her probably twice at school. Adds me, of course, and I accepted. And I shit you not, the first thing she says is, "Hey, what's up?" And then, "You're hot," straight after that. Now, prior to this, my track record of impressing girls is somewhere in the negatives. Catching me in the middle of a Guitar Hero sesh and about 4.5 Red Bulls in, she caught me completely off guard. I had no idea what to say. And to the best of my memory, it was probably something along the lines of, "Not much and you're hot too." And apparently that was all it took to hit it off. We messaged back and forth for hours. I would send a message, play a song on Guitar Hero with the anticipation of finishing the song so I can pick up my phone and see a response. Well, cut to sometime during the following week, we met up in the city. I was so self-conscious that day. My hair was orange because I tried to bleach it back to blonde from black and totally fucked it. I had a massive acne breakout on my cheek line and chin. I just had no idea what I was doing and what to expect. So she gets off the train and we meet. We chat. So far so good. Me being socially stumped, I was happy that she took the reins. We walked around the city. She took me to cool little nooks and shops. This awesome gothic shop that you had to descend this underground staircase to get to. We must have been walking around for 5 hours and I eventually opened up to her. Still being somewhat flat in my delivery, just hoping I don't slip up and look like a fuckwit. But she didn't really seem to care. And I didn't know where to take it. And of course, naivety has a big part to play in coming of age. Some lessons have to be stumbled upon. Lesson 1 about something being too good to be true is 9 times out of 10, it usually is. Proceed with caution. But you don't know that from the get-go. And I should have probably known that first message, but for some reason she was really keen. So, the first time we fucked, she made me eat her out. And I could smell this potent, strong, fishy aroma radiating from between her thighs. I'm sucking on one of her nipples and squeezing the other tit. And she starts trying to force my head down and I'm sort of resisting, playing dumb because I have no idea what's coming next. She pulls my head up and says, "Go down on me." She's in total fucking control. And I'm just this lanky, awkward idiot trying to get laid. So she takes her shorts off and I could just smell this odor. And it's fucking churning my gut. She grabs my hair and starts fucking my face. Now, I didn't know how to eat pussy. I was just smearing a stale yeast infection discharge all over my face as I try to find air gaps between her hip thrusts and stay conscious. This went on for what seemed like an eternity. I just remember my internal dialogue begging for salvation as I try to keep my lips locked airtight in a bid to stop the decomposing fish yogurt from breaching. And just as I was splitting at the seams, she climbed off my face. The sunlight once again illuminated my reality. Squinting my eyes as they adjust, she lays against my bedhead with her legs spread. I'm still catching my breath, afraid to lick my lips. She pulls me back in and just starts violently eating my face. Here I am in hell, holding back projectile vomiting while she's licking fermented pussy butter off my face. She rides me for a bit, and then she wants me to fuck her. So she buries her face into the pillow and arches her back up, and there I am, this underweight, extremely pasty stick, just kneeling there with my sad, loosely fitted dinger dick, about to hop on and do some doggy style. I get about 6 pumps in and I look down. My whole body fucking locks up. And I came. And farted. My whole system gave way. Thankfully her head was buried into the pillow, but I was still convinced she fucking heard it. It was this echoey, tight sphincter squeak that was summoned during climax. If she did hear it, she never admitted to it, and never addressed her situation downstairs either. And I had absolutely no idea on how to bring it up, so I avoided talking to her like an arsehole. We lived quite a distance away from each other too, so it was easy to avoid her. But she was already under the impression that we'd locked it down. We'd never talked about this prior either, so she was eager to see me. But I just couldn't do it again. I didn't know what to expect. And when I began scrolling down her Facebook wall, I quickly knew that I'd fucked up. But the urge to keep scrolling was too strong. I don't want to bury her. But she was a very busy girl. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think all that action took a toll on her. And she has probably neglected an STD or some serious health problem. So, proceeding down, I find out she'd dated a couple of girls. And there was just some pics of these times with like 100 comments. I bring up the comments and it's just lesbians cutting sick on each other, saying some of the most fucked up shit. But one of the comments that stood out most to me was a comment directed at the girl I'm seeing, and it says, "The only reason you're a lesbian is because you can't find a guy to go near your infected cunt." Now, my reaction was bittersweet because I felt closure in knowing I wasn't alone in this. There were others, but I was too afraid to speak up. I mean, her chat head was bumping. I couldn't ignore her too much longer. Her messages were becoming way more frequent, so I had to approach this like a man. I just had to man up and sort this out like a man. So I blocked her and didn't go to school for 3 months.
Little side note, now that the main story is over, I actually was traumatized by this girl. She scared the fuck out of me. There's no better way to put it. She was incredibly dominant, and I was not. And I also wasn't at a maturity level to even comprehend what she was trying to do. So she just left me shook. And that wasn't an isolated incident either. I mean, there was a few other ones that went down. I obviously wrote about the one that was the most disgusting. So that's it for that one. If you enjoyed that story, there's more. So many more. Written in great detail.
We've only just begun to scratch the surface.